Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. Today we are talking about the Venetian Ballot. Now, this is not to be confused with the election of the Doge. This is the Grand Council Chamber in Venice. And I'll just zoom out a little bit so you get a good look. At one time, there were 3,000 members of the Grand Council, and this is where they would all meet. At the center here is the Doge and the Signoria, and they are having an election, but let me tell you about the Venetian ballot. So it was a tool used for centuries in the Venetian Republic to select people for office other than the Doge without mobilizing factions. So it actually muted factionalism. So what you would actually have is over in one corner, you would have an urn with 30 gold balls and then maybe 1,000 or so Venetian, well, depending on how many Venetians were there, you would have, maybe 1,000 silver balls. So 30 gold balls in an urn on this side and then also on this side, so left and right. Now, in the center, you would have another urn that had 36 gold balls and 24 silver balls. So let me tell you about what they would do with that. So here's me. I'm in the Venetian Grand Council, and I would go up to the first urn, and if I got silver, I would have to go back to my seat. If I came up in the line and I got a gold ball, then I would go over to the center urn, and there I would select if I selected one of the 24 silver balls, I would go back to my seat. If I selected one of the 36 gold balls, I would go into another room and I would be on a 9-member council, 9-member committee, a nomination committee. And there would be one office that we would have to fill, and we would select one candidate. And the other committees would have to also select one candidate. Now, watch my video on Contarini, and it goes more into detail on how these nominating committees worked. But you had to get 6 out of 9 agreeing to one candidate. So right there, it would mute or dampen factionalism. You had to find someone that most people would agree to. So that's how the Venetian Council or the Venetian ballot worked. And then you would have the grand election, the mass election by the Grand Council. And you see that's what's going on here with the ballotinos going around, and people are voting among the 4 candidates. So when somebody mentions the Venetian ballot and they're not talking about the election of the Doge, this is what they're talking about. And so when you read Harrington's Oceana, he's using an altered form of this. So, go see my other videos on the Venetian Republic and the Venetian electioneering. Until next time, long live the Republic.